I tallied up the votes, and this is the theory you guys chose. Make sure to vote for next theory by clicking the link at the top of your screen. What's up, my Net Soldiers? I'm the Net Alliance, and today we're asked the question, what if Darth Maul and Savage Opress were able to kill Darth Sidious on Mandalore? Now, before I start, I must say, this is a very interesting topic, and one I've gotten a lot. And if you look at the voting, it completely stomped the other choice. In fact, this has been requested to me ever since my earliest theories. Speaking of which, if you enjoy this theory and you want to see more, click the link on the top of the screen to check out all my theories in my theory playlist. Now, with all my videos, this is just my opinion, so let me know your opinion in the comments below. But without further ado, let's set up the scenario. We are on Mandalore. Both Darth Maul and Savage Opress have engaged Darth Sidious in combat. Their fight goes the same as it does in the Clone Wars. In the show, Sidious tossed Maul away and singled out the less experienced Savage. From there, Palpatine was able to finish him off rather quick. Darth Sidious then turned his attention to Maul, and after a brief duel, Palpatine defeated Maul, taking the Sith Lord away with him. But what if Sidious didn't win? What if he died? Let's explore this theory. So Savage and Maul are fighting Palpatine. The same scenario goes down, except Savage managed to actually hold his ground a little longer, allowing Maul to jump into the fight again. The fight got closer to the abyss, and Maul was kicked off the edge, grabbing onto a small gargoyle protruding from the cliffside. Palpatine then slashed Savage across the chest with his lightsaber, then used a powerful force push to throw the yellow Zabrak against the nearby wall, knocking Opress out. Palpatine walked to the edge, looking down to see Maul hanging from the gargoyle.
Your brother has fallen, Maul. Accept your fate and surrender to me.
Maul looked up to the Dark Lord.
I've done this for you. All of this is for you. Why do you betray me?
Sidious slashed the cliff's edge with his lightsaber. The resulting sparks began to burn Maul a little.
You betray me by not dying,
Sidious claimed as Savage regained his consciousness and retrieved his lightsaber.
You are my greatest achievement, Maul, and for that, you must die.
Sidious prepared to electrocute Maul as Savage jumped behind him. Palpatine sensed the attack and turned to send force lightning at Opress. Savage managed to block the lightning long enough for Maul to detect where he dropped his lightsaber. However, Savage was soon overpowered by Sidious's lightning and began to get shocked by him. Maul used the force to throw himself upon the edge, pulling his lightsaber back to his hand.
Now you die,
Sidious claimed, continuing to shock Savage.
No,
Maul says, landing behind Palpatine. Sidious was quick enough to turn around, slashing his blade at Maul. But Maul had already predicted this and jumped over Palpatine's head, landing between Sidious and Savage.
You die,
Maul demanded, slashing Sidious across the stomach, just like Obi-Wan did him so long ago. Sidious stumbled backwards towards the edge as he looked into Maul's eyes, both Sith Lords realizing the situation. In Maul's mind, he had built this militia to appease Sidious, but with Sidious out of the way, what were he to do now? But to Palpatine, all he could think about was his reign. What he had worked so long for, it was all for nothing. Palpatine reached the edge. The last thought on his mind was,
everything I built crumbled by my own hand,
as he stumbled off the cliff, splitting in half on the way down. So with Maul and Savage alive and Palpatine dead, how much of the galaxy will change? Let's take a look at a few things. Starting off with the Zabrak brothers. What do? I propose, since Maul is the leader of the Mandalorians, I feel he'd try to expand his new empire. I could see Maul, Savage, and the rest of the Mandalorians capturing more planets, getting more followers, perhaps even gathering more Force wielders. And if Darth Maul could gather more Force wielders, I think he would be able to train his own Sith Order, which I don't think he'd be against at all. For the Republic, I don't think anyone would really know what happened to Palpatine. He'd just kind of disappear. And of course, there would be speculation that he was killed or kidnapped or whatever, but eventually they would have to elect a new chancellor, especially in times of war. And people seem to like Bail Organa. I think he actually came in second behind Chancellor Palpatine in his vote, so I'm gonna guess that he'd probably be the next chancellor. So we'll say he was voted in. Now, without Palpatine manipulating both the Republic and Separatists, Dooku would take full control of the Separatists. With his droid forces, I think Dooku and his allies would eventually take out the Republic. I'm not saying it would be quick, but the Republic was losing against the Separatists in the war. I feel Dooku would capture Coruscant and then force the Senate to surrender. So although the Separatists would eventually own the entire galaxy, while the Clone Wars were going on, Maul and Savage would be forming their own secret army. Now the question is, would Dooku have all the Jedi killed if they were captured? I'm sure many Jedi wouldn't allow themselves to be captured and actually fight to their death. I could see Mace Windu being one of these guys, and possibly even Anakin Skywalker. Now with Palpatine out of the way, we can assume that Anakin wouldn't actually become Darth Vader. In fact, he might be one of the driving forces in taking down Maul. I mean, if I was Dooku and I was the head of the Separatists, I wouldn't just kill all my Jedi. I mean, think of all the resources they can get from me. I know it's bad to think that way, but why would you kill one of your greatest assets if you can use them to improve yourself, as well as your entire Separatist alliance? I guess they would be the New Republic or something. They'd call themselves something. Maybe they'd be the Empire because, I could see Dooku kind of making himself an emperor, but I don't really know. Let's just call them the Empire. So with the Republic down, I think Dooku would kind of give the Jedi a choice. Either fight under him, or die, or just be in jail for the rest of your life. And although Dooku and Anakin have some bad blood, I could honestly see Dooku trying to get Anakin to join his side because Anakin is super powerful. And although the Jedi are given a choice, I feel Jedi like Obi-Wan and Yoda would just kind of not be part of it. They'd rather be in prison instead of out there fighting for the Separatists, or the new Empire. Now that Dooku is the Emperor and he has his own new Empire, he has the droids at his disposal, he has the surrendered clones at his disposal, and he has a Jedi who decided to fight with him at his disposal. Now think of Dooku, sure he might have been a Sith, but he wasn't that bad of a guy, he was just doing what he thought was right. He wasn't like Emperor Sidious, he didn't want full power over everything, he just wanted to make things right. So although I could see the power kind of getting to Dooku's head, I do think that deep down he is a noble man. I do think he would try to make things better for everybody. Especially since he showed mercy to the Jedi, the entire new Empire might see him as a good guy because of this. Even if he isn't, I'm pretty sure he would use that on his side and to gain political influence among his peers. Now this is where it gets kind of interesting in my opinion. So for all these years, Maul has been forming his own empire of the Mandalorians and eventually would attack the main empire, which is Dooku's. Now how they would fare, that'd be tough because Dooku would have a limitless amount of forces. But if Maul has a bunch of super tough Mandalorians and a bunch of trained Sith, he might be able to stand a chance. At least if he does guerrilla warfare type stuff. In an open battlefield, he might be crushed. But if he relies on sneaky combat, kind of like barbarians, he can slowly chip away at the Empire. Now eventually I do think a battle may culminate between the two forces, and in the end, Dooku probably would win due to his sheer amount of forces. But it is tough to say. But of course, this is just my opinion on this. Let me know your opinion on this. What do you think would have happened if Maul actually was able to kill Palpatine on Mandalore? Let me know in the comments below. Please remember to like and subscribe for more videos, guys. And until next time, I'll see you later. Peace.